So our lunch today is going to be the grilled burgers. This is like a lettuce wrap. These are little skewers with a chimichurri sauce. The product is really made up of 4 different components. So there's the proteins, the flavors and the aromas, and the binders, and the fat. Now in the new recipe is a soy protein. So that's different than before, which was a wheat protein. So it now has a much like beefier chew and this sort of coarse grind that consumers expect from a really high quality meat. And what we do is we take the dry soy protein and we hydrate it with the water and potato protein, and then the magic ingredient is heme. In the potato protein is also where we have all of our flavor precursors in beef, and then we replicate that exact same flavor generation upon cooking, but just by starting with ingredients from plants. And so all of these sort of nutrients, amino acids, and sugars that then create like the natural delicious flavor when you brown meat, you know, the smell and everything, that is all in this ingredient here. Once it's been hydrated, then we add heme. So heme, like I said, is our magic ingredient. It's the iron-containing molecule that's found in all living plants and animals. We use a cellulose-based binding system, and that is a really important ingredient that helps to create juiciness in our product. So actually, as you cook it and it sort of solidifies, it releases water. So it helps to hold it together in the raw state and the cooked state. One of the things we wanted to do was lower the total fat and the saturated fat. And the way we're able to do that is remove some of the coconut oil and replace it with sunflower oil. And now that we're using the soy protein, it's made without gluten. And the gluten-free claim is pending and should be next year. So the major improvements are the entire sensory experience, where we now have a much beefier, juicier product. The nutrition is better, where we have a higher quality protein, lower fat and lower sodium. And then what we're most excited about is the improved versatility. So now you can grill this. You can do meatloaf and meatballs. You can do a bolognese sauce, so it now holds up to soups and sauces, a chili, anything you could possibly think of with ground beef you can do. We have tried it in Instant Pot, as Instant Pots are getting more and more popular, and yeah, it works really well.
We have been learning how to create the flavors of all kinds of meat. You know, chicken, pork, even fish, and we have a tremendous amount of IP around that and knowledge and so forth. But strategically, we have for now decided to really focus our energies on beef, because that's where we can have the greatest impact as quickly as possible. The next major distinct product is reasonably likely to be a steak. The whole mission of the company is to completely replace the use of animals as a food technology globally by 2035. That's our mission.
I'm just coming out of Impossible Foods lab, where I got to taste test their new burger. They let me sample the burger cooked various ways. Beef skewers, there was a hamburger, there was a Thai-style larb dish, and I must say, I was completely fooled. I would have thought this was beef if someone told me, and not a plant-based meat. Earlier versions of the burger definitely tasted like beef to me, but they didn't have the same texture, they didn't hold together as well. This one really, it held together, it was really juicy, it had that charred meat flavor, and it was delicious.